What's good, YouTube? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let's get into the video.
Day better and why.
And I'm Bill Ritter. We're going to begin with a terrifying video from the Bronx. A woman arriving home from a day at work early in the morning, followed by a stranger into her building. She gets inside and slams the door just in time.
So I gotta stop it right there already. You know, they talk about not profiling, right? We talk about not profiling all the time and discrimination and all this kind of stuff. But in this instance, man, I say, me personally, if I see a dude, he wearing a wife beater and he busting slack, I'm automatically, okay, that's an indicator that I need to be on guard at least. And I'm glad that this woman saw the signs, because I'm sure she saw the signs. And, you know, she went ahead and skedaddled and got away. But what I want to point out is that dudes like this, they'll be back. They'll be back. You know, y'all know that Tik Tok trend, please spin back. Yeah, these types of dudes are the dudes who spin back. So don't think that this is the only time she's going to have to run away from them. No, she's going to have to be running away like constantly. Every day. He gonna be on the corner. He gonna be on the block. He's in the area. He knows where she lives. He's about that.
Happened about 2 weeks ago in the Concourse Village section of the Bronx. The NYPD trying to find this guy.
Eyewitness News reporter Naveen Dhaliwal speaking exclusively with the victim today. Naveen,
I ain't gonna lie, dudes with the baby dreads be the deadliest, no cap. Like the dudes who just now starting their dreads, you know, I got mine in pretty good shape, but the dudes who just now starting their dreads, bro, they be the deadliest. Like they call that the ugly phase. You know what I mean? So you already be mad. You like, man, my shit ugly. You already mad. You already got an attitude. And then if obviously this dude is insane, but sheesh.
Is live at the scene for us. Naveen.
Yeah, Bill, this video is creepy for anyone coming home, whether it's day or night. But this woman tells me that she knew something was up as she approached her building at 2 in the morning. She saw the guy from the corner of her eye, but she was not expecting him to come into the building and then try to barge into her apartment. The video is terrifying.
And guys, remember, we did that story on that 70-year-old woman who, you know, was taken advantage of. So these dudes are out here looking for very vulnerable older women who aren't going to be able to fight back. And luckily she got away.
Ayo, miss.
It was just a matter of seconds.
No, he said, ayo, miss.
He was literally like 1 second from going inside.
Today, this brave woman, still shaking, finding the courage to speak out about that day as she arrived home from work around 2 in the morning.
There was two guys like outside, right? And they were just like looking suspicious.
You see her walking into the building, cautiously eyeing a...
Why? Guys, guess why they look suspicious? Guess why they look suspicious? I mean, take a guess.
Man on the side. Seconds later, that same man in the white tank top.
There you go, white tank top.
Walks into the Sherman Avenue building behind her.
I mean, come on, guys. And we not supposed to judge a book by its cover. Buddy dressing like that, moving like this.
She knew he was up to no good.
He followed me inside the building and he said miss twice.
She describes the horrifying moment seen in this video as the suspect accesses the lobby. Seconds later, the woman knew he was around the corner and she quickly tried to open her apartment lock. Her instincts spot on.
Ayo, miss.
He came
Ayo, miss. That's killing me every time.
right after her, determined to get inside.
Papi, open up the door, bro. I came inside, and then right away I just screamed, somebody's following me. Like, he was literally 1 second from coming inside.
As she watches this video, she knows she was very lucky.
I feel...
So obviously this is like a Afro-Latina brother. But I always speak about changing the culture. We definitely need a culture shock. I mean, it's just, We got too many brothers out here who are doing these types of things, and people are, you know, giving them a slap on the wrist, right? When we see these videos, they're extremely scary, but then when they go through the court system, we say they're discriminated against and they got a bad shake and all this stuff. Which one is it? You got to choose a side. Are we going to go hard on these types of dudes, or are we going to be laissez-faire and let them have their way with 50-year-old, 70-year-old women?
I feel very scared. Like, I was saying, what if I had the top door locked? What if, like, it was literally just 1 second. If I had the top lock, he could have got of me.
Yeah, what if? Well, she is truly lucky, and the victim has been living here for 29 years, and she says she's never seen this guy before. She does not know why she was targeted, but tonight...
So she's never seen this guy before, but she knows of it. She knows of these types of things happening before. I mean, this is the Bronx. Like, we know what's going down in the Bronx. So I did a story on the 70-year-old woman who got taken advantage of in the Bronx. We know what's going down in the Bronx. So she can't say that this is not a common thing over there, right? She can't say this isn't a common theme over there, but she can say she's never seen that particular guy before.
Her red flags are up.
Story out of Troup County, where a pregnant gut-wrenching story out of Troup County, where a pregnant 29-year-old mother of 5 was killed in what authorities believe was a drive-by shooting.
Akilah Ware's killer is still out there on the streets, and her family is desperate for answers and justice. They spoke with Fox 5's Patty Pan about their devastating loss.
Akilah Ware's family is pleading for the public's help in finding the person or people responsible for this crime. The 29-year-old was shot and killed while driving down the road. Both she and her unborn child died from those injuries.
You know, like you're just gonna wake up, out of it, and it's, just not gonna be true. It's not gonna be so,
Guys, the roads are extremely deadly. I speak about this, and this is in Georgia. The roads are extremely deadly. The highways, the byways. Guys, if you are on the road and you feel like somebody is doing some road rage type stuff, you got to chill, man. You got to chill, and you got to try and get away from them as soon as possible, because there are dudes out here who, are shooting on freeways, byways, and it's so easy to get away doing something like that because they shoot you and it's OV, you're done, and they're speeding off. It might cause a wreck. You don't know what happens, but it's gonna cause a disturbance, and they're gonna get away. So, condolences to these people's families. The sisters are definitely out here vulnerable, and the thing is, there's a trope that goes online, and they say, okay, black women are the most unprotected, this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, we know who the people out here who are doing these types of things, man. And a lot of times it is young brothers, young teens, teenage and then mid-20s range. So when it comes to the protection of melanated sisters, right? It's crazy because on one hand, they're out here fighting for justice, BLM movements, and all this kind of stuff. And on the other hand, they're getting taken out like one by one and saying they're unprotected. And a lot of times they want to blame the white man, but in all actuality, it's more so a lot of these brothers coming from broken homes, on that bang bang shoot 'em up stuff, who are taking them out.
Twyla Ware's heart has been ripped open. This mother could barely talk about her daughter Akilah's sudden death, a beautiful soul lost too soon. Troup County investigators say they were called out to State Route 18 near East Drummond Road Tuesday for a vehicle crash just before 1 in the afternoon. That's when they say they found the 29-year-old LaGrange woman in her car unresponsive. Firefighters had to extricate Ware from...
And this is LaGrange. Like, LaGrange isn't that dangerous. Like, my brother, he went to LaGrange College, and it was a nice area. I know people who go and get away on their estates in LaGrange. Like, LaGrange is very chill. And, you know, there are a nice bar scene in downtown LaGrange. Like, for this to happen, and y'all know on them back Georgia roads, there's nobody for miles, you know. It could have been a gang initiation. It could have been whatever, dudes high off pills. But I guarantee, unfortunately, it was some other brothers, man, and this is how it's going down.
From the car, and that's when we're told they noticed the bullet holes on the driver's side door.
We don't believe it was random. We do believe that the suspect knew this victim and the victim knew the suspect, but we don't have a good enough name to put out there yet. But we're certainly working all the leads.
Detectives believe she was shot at and then her car went off the road and slammed into a tree. The incident happened in broad daylight.
Very bold and very cold and very callous just to do this. And that's why we certainly want to, you know, put a name with a shooter. And so we can get that person, or if they're...
I ain't even gonna lie, though. This guy, I can't tell if he's black or white. He's very racially ambiguous. Like, his voice sounds like country, like a white man, but then, you know, it looks like he got the swag of, you know what I'm saying? He got the swag of a brother, like his facial features, you know. I don't know, though. What do y'all think?
Or other people involved, get both of those people in custody.
Ware, whom families say was a registered nurse, has 5 children and was pregnant again at the time.
Wow.
Neither she nor her unborn child survived the injuries.
She was a very smart, bright young lady. If anybody have any information, please come forward. Do it for us, her family, her.
So y'all hear them. Now they're asking for information, which, you know, I wish that we had a community where it was okay to give up those dudes who are taking out women, pregnant women, children. But y'all know how it is. There's a strict no snitching policy in the streets. So get this, and then street dudes expect a dude like this to go take care of his business and spin the block and spin back and then go take care of the dudes who did it, even though he doesn't know who did it, right? So word on the street's gonna get around and it'll probably get back to him on who did it. And then like the streets say that, oh, he gotta go take care of his business. Like he can't call the police and tell them who did it and give a lead. So that's the type of culture that we're in right now. That's the type of vibe. And it's scary, bro, because, I mean, we got dudes who are basically getting away with murder.
Kids especially.
Troup County authorities say that this is a top priority for their department. They believe that second car involved is possibly a silver Nissan with front end damage. Anyone with any information is being urged to call authorities or Crime Stoppers. I'm Patty Pan, Fox 5 News.
The teen who police say opened fire inside a high school in the Dallas-Fort Worth area is now in custody. The shooting happened this morning at Timberview High School in Arlington, Texas. 4 people were wounded. Terrified students stacked chairs and desks against doors as a barricade. Police have captured 18-year-old Timothy Simpkins after he drove away from the school in a Dodge Charger.
Okay, so Dodge Charger is the car of choice. Dodge Charger, Dodge Challenger. Everybody knows this. That's the car of choice for the street dudes. They got SRT Challengers. Lil Baby talks about it in his music. It's like a popular hip hop car. Popular trap car is what they call it. And this dude pulled up and shot somebody at a school, a high school in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Or Arlington, Texas, my bad. I mean, I told you the short dread dudes are on some demon time stuff for real. Like if you know a dude and he going through the ugly phase of his dreads and he's not wearing a cap or trying to cover it up, you know, a lot of them dudes be on demon time. I ain't even gonna lie, you know, and it's worse when he got a grill in his mouth and all that kind of stuff. You know, you can kind of be like, oh yeah, he looked like he with the stuff. You know what I mean? So it's unfortunate that we got so many young brothers out here who are willing to throw away their lives. And you would think that you hear about a school shooting and it's a white dude and he's, you know, on some Columbine stuff, but that is not the case. That is not the case. Most of these mass shootings, these school shootings are happening, and it involves brothers, and it's less reported on because it doesn't fit the media's narrative of white dude in a trench coat pulling up and clapping everybody at the school because he got bullied.
Lauren Verno has been following the developments all day. Lauren?
So, Kent, what we know right now, it was less than 5 hours between calls of an active shooter at the school until Simpkins was in police custody. But there are still a lot of questions as to how Simpkins was able to get a gun in the first place and whether he went to school that day with a motive.
Yo, and I'll say something about Texas too. I know you guys followed the Mercedes Moore situation. She stayed in some townhomes that look very similar to that. You can get a bang for your buck, and like if they caught Buddy here, like this ain't the hood. These are nice townhomes.
A sigh of relief for this Texas community.
The good news is our suspect is in custody. Timothy Simpkins is in custody.
Investigators believe 18-year-old Simpkins used a .45 caliber handgun in the shooting that stemmed from a fight that broke out in a classroom.
This man got the fighting in the class and pulled out a .45. This how you know these dudes is on demon time, bro. Like, bringing a strap to class is different. That's different.
.45 caliber handgun in the shooting that stemmed from a fight that broke out in a classroom.
This is not a random act of violence. This is not somebody attacking our schools. This is a student. We believe right now, preliminary, that it was a student that got into a fight and drew a weapon.
Arlington Assistant Chief of Police Kevin Colby said 2 people were shot and 2 others had unspecified injuries. 3 people were taken to the hospital.
All 3 victims are okay at this point in time. I want to tell you that one of the victims was a student. He went into surgery. He is in ICU. He is out of surgery.
3 people shot. Wow. I mean, he could have killed one of his classmates. Like, and a lot of times these dudes, they don't care. I did what I had to do. That's the mindset.
At this point in time, that's great news. We need to make sure that we keep him in thoughts and prayers, the families. We have an adult male who is not in surgery but is in good condition. And then we have a female that was also maybe grazed by a bullet or injured in some way. I don't have all the facts. That person is expected to be released hopefully today. So wow. 2 will remain in the hospital, which continue to make hopefully a speedy recovery.
Imagine coming back to your high school class and your classmates asking to see your bullet wounds.
But the incident came with a warning to other students about false threats.
We've been having a lot of social media comments about threats to our schools from young kids. I want the message to be out there that this is not something to continue. We will investigate you. The federal government will also, our partners will be able to investigate you if you're not living in our city, and we will bring you to successful prosecution.
Wow, so there are people like, and what that sounds like to me is there are dudes on social media who are beefing on some gang stuff, like, oh, I'm gonna come to your school, da 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 da. I guarantee that's what it is.
I'm just pleading with the community out there to try to stop any type of threats that are coming through social media.
Now, this shooting happened just a day after a shooting at a Houston charter school that injured an administrator. Joy?
Here we go, guys. So I pulled up the demographics for this high school, Mansfield Timberview High School, I believe, and this is in Texas, guys. So it's not that great of a school. It looks like they're 46% black, 23% Hispanic, 13% Asian, and 13% white. So y'all know that there are a lot of tensions, especially between the blacks and Hispanics. Because, you know, even in the prisons, in the American prisons, there's tension between blacks, Hispanics, and whites, but usually the blacks and Hispanics outnumber them. And in these, you know, I would say like in these urban schools, that's how the demographics lay out. So basically 69% of the students are black and brown, if you will. And that can cause some tension. So I wonder who the dude he was beefing with was. But man, I mean, it's crazy out here. So we also, I got some information from social media. This woman says, at the end of the day, my little cousin was bullied. I don't know to feel about this. He not a bad kid. Whatever. I mean, this dude got a gold grill in his mouth. He don't look like anybody really bullying him. Maybe the Mexicans ganged up on him. I don't know. Okay. I'm not saying that's what happened, but yeah, these little dudes be bad and they be on demon time. But anyways, man, you already know what it is. It's the Black Gen Z mindset. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Till next time.